All right, hockey fans, welcome back to the Wolves Hockey Show. We took a brief one-week hiatus last weekend, but now we're back, full force, ready to tackle the Lakes Region Public Broadcasting airwaves as the number one rated hockey show on Lakes Region Public Access. Back with us is Coach Bates. Welcome back, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
You've had a 1 year hiatus.
Yeah.
I know you've missed the show, and the show's missed you. What have you missed most about the show?
It's just good to get in front of the people on Lakes Region Public Access again. You got to keep them wanting more. You don't want to be on there every week.
My big thing was, I want to make sure I got you on this week because my email has just been, inbox has just been inundated with requests. Coach Bates, we need him back on the show. So welcome back.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job with your EHLP team. We'll get to them in a little bit. But what up first is the U15s, Coach. How'd they do last weekend?
Yeah, the 15s had a really good weekend. They played 5 games and they won 4 of them. So doesn't get much better than that. That's a lot of games and some really good results there.
That's kind of amazing. They played 5 games in 3 days. Unbelievable. But Coach Guerin has those guys just cranking. I mean, they played 30 games so far in the first 2 months because they're in all these different leagues. But they're playing really well. At one point in the season, they rang off 12 straight wins.
It's impressive. And that was only like a 3 or 4 day period, I think.
Correct. And they've just been rocking and rolling ever since this weekend, right? Rang up 4 wins. We got a couple of videos we're going to show you right now. Here's some clips from Saturday's contest. This was the 3rd game in a 5-game weekend. Wolves U15s totally shellacked the New Hampshire Avalanche. Here's a long stretch pass, gets it over to Cam Plum. Great finish. Almost right there, but he picks up his rebound, controls the puck, outworks the defense. Gets it up to the D. Jordan Dustin fires on the net, and Wolves get on the board there. Later this same game against the same opponents, Wolves create a turnover in the neutral zone. Great speed by Alex Gunderson. Comes in, fires a good hard shot, collects his own rebound, outworks the defense. Gunderson's having a great season as a Bantam-aged birth year player, playing at the U16 level. Now, Alex Hansen keeps it in at the point. Good passing over to Soren Puck, fires on the net. Wolves win this game in stellar fashion. Great job, guys. And making an appearance in the building for the U15 game this weekend, the younger brother of last week's guest, Wolfhead, in the building, making his presence felt.
All right, Coach. Tell us about how the 16s did this weekend. It was a big weekend for them.
Yep, 16s had their first playoffs of the season. We're in 4 different leagues. We're in the New Hampshire Tier 1 Hockey League. We're in the United Tier 1 Hockey League, which is mostly based here in New England. We're in the ESL, which is a showcase league. And then we're also in the New England Premier Hockey League, which is mostly Massachusetts and New Hampshire teams. We had those playoffs this weekend, and we won the league. So it was a successful weekend. We first beat 4-0 over the Western Mass Vipers, and then we played in the championship on Sunday, and we defeated the Cape Cod Lightning 3-1. It was a good overall weekend for the guys. Coach Bates, who's impressed you on the U16s?
There's a lot of guys on that U16 team who really impressed me. A couple guys on the back end, Ethan Abram-Hale, Starman. Up front, some really, really good forwards. Mark Swift, our next guest later in the show, and Bryce Neal. Those guys have been awesome.
Yeah, we got a couple of clips of those guys we're going to show you right now. So Wolves were down 1-0 for most of the first half of the game. They battled back on the power play. Charles Day passed to Will Dene in front of the net, knotted the score at 1. Tie game, 1-1. With about 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Wolves were trading chances back and forth. Neutral zone faceoff, Aries Swift with Zach Spikuza and Malachi Grogan. Wolves won the draw here. Ethan Abram-Hale dumps it in. Swift and Spikuza go to work on the forecheck. Spikuza gets it to the net. Rebound tipped in by Swift. Wolves take a 2-1 lead at this point in the game. And here's the insurance goal with about 3 minutes to go in the 3rd period. A great zone entry. Ethan Abram-Hale on the net drive. Charles Day gets him the puck. Quick redirect. Wolves win 3-1. Great job, guys. All right, so Coach Bates, U18 full season and the weekend off. The U18 splits in one game against Somersworth. Who's impressed you on the both those U18 squads?
I think again, there's a lot of guys who've been impressive. Coach Mike Potenza on the split team. He's an impressive guy. He gets the most out of that group every year. I've learned a lot from him. So that's nice. But there's some good players there. I like the guys they have in net. A couple guys, I don't know that group so well, but they got some good young players there.
Yeah, I think both the Emersons, or kids that eventually want to get into the junior program, they're on the 18 fulls, even though they had the weekend off. They got the playoffs coming up this weekend. They've been playing some good hockey, especially in nets with Owen Courier. So we got a couple clips of the 18 splits we'll show you right now. All right, here's action against Somersworth down in Dover. Cam Keene gets it to the net. Great finish there by Jackson Collins. Great job, guys. Good goaltending all season long by the 18 splits goalies. Great save and nets right there. So, Coach, EHLP had the showcase down in Haverhill this weekend. Tell me about how they did so far.
Yeah, I think not exactly the results we wanted, but I think we took some steps that showed improvement, and that's the goal. Still early in the season here, working as a group to get better every week. We had an overtime loss against the Little Flyers last night, so that gets a point. And we had a tough game this morning, quick turnaround, a 2-1 loss against a top team in our league in the Seahawks Hockey Club.
I think, like you said, the improvement. The first time you played the Seahawks Hockey Club, the 5-2 loss down in their building. Now you come back about 3 weeks later, 2-1 loss. That's significant improvement. And, a bounce here or there that could have been a different score going in our favor.
Definitely.
We got a couple clips. We're going to show you the EHLP team. All right, Wolves down 3-2 in the second half at the showcase. RJ Sember on the faceoff. Nice win to Vashon, who gets it cross ice to Yaki, gets it to the net. Nice tip in on a great screen by Eli Brubaker. Brubaker's been playing solid for him all season. Wolves would tie the game and earn the OT point. So, Coach, the EHL team just finished up the second game of the showcase. How'd they do this weekend?
Yeah, they had a pretty successful weekend. They got 3 out of 4 points available. Some really exciting games. First game was an overtime win, and today's game was unfortunately a shootout loss, but it went five rounds, I believe. It was an exciting game. The fans were loving it.
Now, who played well for them all weekend?
I think both goalies that played, they did an excellent job. Julius Crondall on the back end, he was great. Really, it was a team effort this weekend and got contributions up and down the lineup.
That's great. We got a clip we're going to show you of Sunday's game. So here's action on Sunday versus the Connecticut Rough Riders. It's delayed offside. They advance the puck out of the zone. Nice play by Nick Bosch, getting it up to Ricard Jelenskis, who makes a great play on the D, elevates the puck, ties the game at 3. Wolves would go to overtime, and Christian Malik would bury the OT winner. Great job, guys. Now, some great news for some of our EHL players, our All-Stars, our second group of All-Stars. It was an All-Star College Week, and now there's an All-Star Jamboree event that we're doing here closer to Thanksgiving. We had 4 All-Stars selected. Coach, why don't you tell me a little bit about each of those guys?
Yeah, so we'll start with Richard Zelenskis. He's in his 3rd year with the program, actually. He moved up from the Premier to the EHL last year, and he's back again this year. I think he's a top forward in our league, and you can tell that when he's on the ice, he's very dangerous with the puck. Second, Pavel Svoboda, Czech player, really plays the right way. Plays all 3 zones of the ice, can play on the power play, the penalty kill, 5-on-5, 4-on-4, overtime, you name it. He just does everything right, I'd say.
Absolutely. On the back end, Julius?
Julius, to me, he's the top defenseman in the league. He does it all as well. He can play offense. He can help score goals. He defends excellent. He's a top player in our league.
And lastly, we had Kevin Johnston, who actually came alive kind of this weekend. He had 2 assists on Sunday. He had another nice goal today. His numbers maybe have lagged a little bit over the first portion of the season, but he's really starting to come on hot right now prior to the holidays. Tell me a little bit about Kevin.
Yeah, I think Kevin's been playing well since the start of the season. He was a little snake bitten there and hit some posts early, but he's been playing well. He's a big power forward. He can really shoot the puck, and he's a nightmare for other teams' defensemen.
And then Coach Keenes is one too.
Yeah, that's a given.
That's a no-brainer.
Easy choice.
We wish those guys a ton of luck as they have their playoffs. I'm sure they'll be well attended by scouts and give those guys some opportunities coming to college.
Absolutely.
Now we got our player interview coming up with the game-winning goal scorer, Ari Swift. All right, here we have him, the man, the myth, the legend, Ari Swift, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. He scored the game-winning goal in the in yesterday's NEPHL championship game. Excuse me. Welcome aboard to the show, Ari.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell me about your hockey upbringing. Where you're from? How'd you get started in hockey? And then what brought you here to the Wolves?
Well, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Started hockey like,
What year did you start hockey? What age?
Well, I started travel when I was around 11. Played A1. Last year was my first year playing AAA, U14s. Now I'm playing U16s as 15, so I'm happy. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, and then you played last year in Kentucky, right?
I played in Ohio.
Ohio, that's where that program's located. Tell me about that program a little bit.
We were a tournament team. We practiced only on the weekends. We had a lot of games. We played really well, and we finished decently.
Okay. Now what brought you up here to the Wolves?
You wanted me.
Oh, okay. Okay, but what attracted you to the Wolves program and all that kind of stuff?
I just thought it was really cool playing up north. I like Wolves, and being able to play up here is also really amazing. So I figured playing for an academy team, so being on the ice every day and playing up here would be great. So I figured I'd give it a try.
Great. Now you're living with a great host family over in Belmont.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea Dudley. Why don't you tell me about that situation a little bit?
I love it. Andrea is really nice. She drives me everywhere. Best cooking.
What is the best meal she makes?
Tacos, definitely.
Okay, tacos.
Yeah.
Nice. And what's been kind of your experience up here in the Lakes region? What's been the some of the most fun things you've done and seen here in the Laconia Lakes region area?
Oh, there was fireworks one night. I went to go see them. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was really nice.
Well, you had a big goal on Sunday. Why don't you tell me about that play a little bit?
So tried to get the puck to the net, hit Spakuza's stick, go around the net, move the goalie a little bit, and it went in. And then I had to pick up my guy.
Nice. Well, great job so far this season. We're looking forward to some big contributions throughout the year. Great job, Ari. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for having me.
So, Coach, what's impressed you about Ari's game?
I think, especially as a younger guy on the team, it doesn't show on the ice. He's strong, always looking to make plays with the puck. I think he's got a lot of potential there.
Absolutely. And I think he's well liked by his teammates. He's got really good chemistry with Zach Spakuza and a bunch of guys. He makes friends really easy. He's got a good outgoing personality that fits in well with that room. So it's been pretty positive.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an awesome guy to coach out on the ice.
Now, we had some of our college alumni had their first goals or first wins in nets. This has been a great, back to normal, kind of setting back into reality. Last year, most of the college teams didn't have a full season, didn't play much of a season at all, so we didn't have a lot of alumni get their first college goals. But now we have a ton of kids playing their first college games who've come through the program, and we had a couple of those guys get on the score sheet. Tell me about that experience of getting on the score sheet for your first time in your NCAA career.
Yeah, that's an exciting time. You get to college, you want to help the team win. You want to be in the lineup. You want to be playing games and score some goals. You just set a few up, or if you're a goalie, you get a win. It's a good way to get back in the lineup there.
We got a couple images. We're going to show you those guys right now. So here we have a couple guys playing down south. Burke Rule and Quinn Fahey played a game against each other 2 weeks ago. And then we had Matt Amonte, first college game for Southern New Hampshire University, had 2 assists. Ben Lusko for St. Olaf College out in Minnesota had his first college goal, his first college game. There we have LJ Newell, 2-0 on the season. Danny Cangelosi scored his first pro goal, 3 points in his first 2 games for the Delaware Thunder. And we had a lot of guys, also getting their first college opportunities to play their first college games. And we're really proud of our alumni. Way to go, guys. So one of the busiest weekends of the year coming up, Coach. We have our New Hampshire state playoffs for all levels this weekend. So that means the 15s will be in action in the U16 Tier 2 bracket. The U16 will play in the Tier 1 bracket down at the rinks of Exeter. And then we also have our U18 split season, which plays in the Tier 3 bracket, and then the U18 full season, which plays in the Tier 2 bracket. So we're going to be playing a lot of hockey. Could have upwards of 10, 15 highlights to show next weekend for all those teams in action. Coach, now tell me about these junior teams. What do they got?
Yeah, so the premier team has a game on Wednesday on the road against the Valley Junior Warriors. They also play Saturday afternoon, 3:30 game here in Laconia, followed by the AHL team. So back-to-back junior games Saturday night in Laconia. Big deal.
That is a big deal. And also with that game, we're going to have a New Hampshire Humane Society benefit game. So that means if you come in the rink and you bring any kind of donations for the Humane Society, whether it be cat food, dog food, kitty litter, paper towels, any kind of pet supplies, you can be donated to that organization. You get in the game for free, so let's make sure we pack the house, get a lot of fans, get all those Laconia faithful coming out to support their Wolves teams in the doubleheader, 3:30, then 6:30 on Saturday. Come on out, guys. Goes to a good cause. See some great hockey.
Tickets are still available, but they're selling out fast.
Yeah, every minute that goes by, less tickets become available.
Yes.
Well, thanks for tuning in, hockey fans. Make sure you check out our website, www.ne-wolveshockey.com.